here with Vincenzo. I mean, it's been a rough season overall, but I mean, this weekend especially just seemed like you couldn't put the pieces together. I mean, just walk me through it.
Yeah, nothing really fell into place this weekend starting from practice. Got maybe 6 laps all day and Friday, and then Saturday we had the qualifying problem with the throttle cable, and then again in the Heat 1. I finished Heat 2, started last, got to 12th I think, and then pre-final started last, got up to 7th, came to the last corner, checkered flag, saw the flagman waving the flag, and the cradle that holds the airbox snapped off, a piece of metal, so that ended my race about 40 feet too soon. And then the final, started last, got, 10 spots or so, and then throttle got stuck again, sent me wide open, so I had to park it. But yeah, tough luck.
I mean, yeah, like you said, tough luck all year long for you, but I mean, I'm sure this season is going to leave that fire in your belly coming for next season. I mean, what can we expect from you coming to next year's, championship?
Yeah, next year also, but first we got to focus on Vegas this year. We got 2 big events coming up. Got the whole team going. Got a lot of prep work that we've been working on the last few months. So, I mean, I know the result didn't look good on paper this weekend or anywhere, but, still moving forward for that big win at Vegas. That's the goal.
Yeah, I mean, and it seems like you like donuts in Vegas. I mean, tell me a little bit about that.
Last year, did a few donuts, maybe 5 or 6. Hopefully this year I can go there and maybe have a sponsorship from a donut shop or something. Come to the track on Wednesday or Thursday with an inflatable donut around my waist or something.
Well, there you guys have it from Vincenzo Saraceno. Looking forward to Vegas.
Yeah, we found a lot more speed today. Struggled a little bit. I'm still recovering from that wreck at Scusa, but made the most out of it. Tried my hardest. I was really dying out there.
Yeah, and I mean, this statistically has been one of the most physical tracks all year long on the calendar. I mean, I saw you with the neck brace for the first time all year. I mean, just tell me a little bit about that. How physical was the track this weekend?
It's so physical. I mean, even Robbie was saying, like, how he couldn't breathe. Like, your ribs just get so beat up. Like, my entire, like, name something on my body, it freaking hurts, okay? Like, it's brutal out there. But just got to work with it. Everyone's got to deal with it,
Yeah, man. I mean, like I said, I think the whole squad as a whole, we had a lot of pace all weekend between Talon, Michael, myself. Mitchell Lowry made a lot of progress. Jonathan Ocasio, Andy Rule. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. So as a team, we really did well. That's what I'm really happy about. I had some good pace, and then it was obviously a lot of fun just to watch my guys that battle for the win while I'm sitting in the background. So couldn't ask for a better weekend, honestly.
Well, I think that pretty much sums it up. And then we're going to be seeing you in Vegas. I mean, how are you feeling going into that?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I plan on doing some more laps here in October, and I am racing Masters in Vegas, so keep a lookout for the Magic Kart hit the city of Las Vegas.
We found the pace in the pre-final. We anticipated some changes for the final, and it just didn't work out. I mean, if we had put everything together for the final, for sure we would be in the top 3, a mistake on our part. So, we work through it, and we go for the next race.
And then I guess shifting gears to Vegas, I mean, we expecting to see you there?
I hope so, yeah. I'm not sure which one we're doing yet, but we'll see.
Well, yeah, I think through the heats and stuff like that, we had a lot of pace, but we were trying to find the 2 or 3 tenths that we needed to catch up to the Magic boys, but we were trying a bunch of stuff, and it didn't really work out in the end.
Yeah, and I mean, it's been a great year of racing for you across all the national series, right? So, I mean, what has it been like, especially here at the Stars Championship Series? I mean, I think you ended up finishing top 3, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was probably Gavin, but you finished up in the top 5 in the championship. I mean, just walk me through how it was for you.
No, it was really good. Had some hiccups in the first couple of races. Kind of came back a little bit at the end, but yeah, I mean, it's my first year in shifter. I'm kind of getting up there a little bit, but I need a little bit more time,
Gavin, unfortunate end to the day for you. I mean, just how you had issues with your kart. I mean, just walk me through today. I mean, it seemed like you had issues in the pre-final, and then coming into the final, you had really good pace. You were even purple in that race, and then it just all ended in disaster for you. Just walk me through it.
Started the day with a little bit screwed up on the motor on the ring, but we got that replaced after the pre-final. Unfortunately, we gained all of our speed back. New tires, we were good. Started 10th. We were in top 5 probably by midway through the race. Going up through the field, we were in 4th, getting ready to go for 3rd, and then the rear brake bolt came loose and just hooked the right, pushed me off track, and then that was it. Hit the wall, 90 mile per hour. Tough end of the day.
Well, I got a good start. That was like the trend all weekend, I guess. I just had a good feel for the clutch. but just the final, we did a setup change throughout the day. It was good up until, the final. I think we should have taken it off, But anyways, when I was just driving, I heard Michael behind me, and I could have defended, but I was like, I'm going to let him take it and battle him out. We were going to just have fun at that point, and I had a lot of fun, so got my accomplishments done, and I'm happy with how the weekend's going, with how it went. And I got the championship, so I'm pretty stoked.
Here you are with Michael Riccio, badass of the weekend. I think that's a better prize for him. Who cares about the race win, right? I mean,
that's better.
I guess it's very fitting for you, right? Great showing this weekend. I mean, your first win and I guess your first pro victory. I mean, just walk me through the emotions and how your day went today.
Yeah, pre-final, I wasn't driving too well. It was a setup change we made on the go-kart. I didn't like it. Talon stuck with it, so I took him off for the finals, and it just worked for me. And I'm just happy I got my first pro win.
Yeah, and I mean, can't fail to mention P3 in the championship for you as well. I mean, top 3 in your first, I guess, national championship. I mean, just walk me through the emotion and what that means for you.
We calculated wrong. I'm P5. Kind of sucks, but White got me, and Bailiff got me by I think 10 points, and White got me by 20. But yeah, still top 5. And first race at Trackhouse, I did rock, so it was good.
We're definitely scrapping that question because we both fucked it up. But all right, I'm gonna ask you something else, right? Good speed today, all day today in the final. It seems like you really came to life. I mean, just walk me through your mindset whenever you were passing Talon and you felt you could go for the move.
I don't want to be too aggressive because Talon's my teammate, of course. So I just waited for the right opportunity so we don't rub wheels or make any contact and keep it clean. So I found the right spot. Got same entry, I say, into the long sweeper, and I just got on throttle a bit earlier to get better run into the tight left, and I just sent it.
My name's Caleb Yeska with Aiden Fox's Torso. I mean, had a good race, right? Good pace all weekend. Seemed like you struggled early on, but seems like you found it in the end, but just didn't end up going your way. Just walk me through it.
Yeah, we struggled in qualifying, and that just kind of set us up poorly for the heats. And then the heats kind of went pretty bad too. I blew a read in one, and then the other I got wrecked on the start. But I knew I had good pace, and today we finally put it together. And in the final, just it was close there at the end. I really was going for it, and it just didn't play out. But when it comes down to it, I was there at the finish, and that's all that matters. So I was happy.
Yeah, and I mean, I would say a year to be proud of yourself, right? You were a contender in every single OKN race. I mean, how do you carry this momentum into next year?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to keep testing and driving, and it was first year in the OKN, so had a lot of fun, but next year I'm definitely going into it with a winning mindset. I want to take the championship next year.
Yeah, I got the lead from Kart in the hairpin, held it on for like at least 4 laps, I think, and then going into the S's, I got shipped off, but we recovered to P5 in the end, but it's pretty just bad luck. That's all I gotta say, really.
Yeah, it was a good weekend. I mean, just had it fall back early, felt a little freer, and then I came back towards the front. I got back up into after Alex passed Car, and then Car just went down my inside, pointed Aiden by him, and then he just started blocking me. Finally got around him, caught up to Alex and Aiden again, and then they were side by side through the chicane, both went a little wide. I went under them, and then I just thought it was checkered, but then he was holding the white in the other hand and just didn't block. And then on the last lap, didn't really have anywhere to go, so couldn't really make it back up.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess even contending for a championship for you this year, like Xander said in his interview to you, I mean, didn't even seem like possible at the beginning, and now here coming to the end, I mean, I guess it's a year to be proud of for you, and I mean, how do you expect to carry this momentum coming into next year?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the first round wasn't great, but we've gotten faster and faster every race, and we've been understanding it more, and we 4th race in the direct drive, so now we understand it, and hopefully next year can be better.
Yeah, so just the heat races and everything was going really nice. I just made that hiccup in heat 2, but still finished 3rd. Had a good spot for the pre-final. But my reads were blown during that race, so I just just fell way back. Like, you know, did not have much power. Then into the final, you know, had a nice little start, got to P3, and then just got side potted, and then just fell way back. And then towards the end of the race, my tires, you know, came in really good, and then everybody was fighting in the front, and then got me the chance to get up there, and then I was able to have a really good fight for the top 3.
Yeah, and I mean, it seems like you really like Cincinnati because in USPKS you were really quick, and then here this weekend you were another top 3 for you in 2 prestige national series. I mean, what is it about Cincinnati that you like so much?
I don't really know. I just feel just really confident at this track. Been here, you know, last year I had a win here as well. So I don't know what it is. Kind of like Newcastle. It's just one of my tracks that I'm just, you know, really dominant at.
Here we are with Brandon Carr's tire. Seems like Brandon took a bite out of it. Twice. I mean, here let's talk to Brandon. Stars champion.
Yeah.
I mean, how does that feel?
Feels great, to be fair. Feels a lot like stress relieving because we went into it and we was like unsure, and it was literally whoever beat who. So we was yeah, it's just nice to come away with something on the right side of it, if you know what I mean. So it's been good. Glad we found some speed at the end. Still wasn't perfect, but yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, speaking to you this morning, you were saying that you think you guys found the speed because you were fastest in practice. And I was like, oh, like, you can't win practice. And then you came out of nowhere in the final with all that speed. I mean, just walk me through the final. I mean, I know it was difficult to fight against Henry, and then you got shuffled back a couple positions, but it seems like everything fell into your hands.
Yeah, the start, it didn't really go as I wanted it, but it's racing. So I got to the front, and I might have got a gap. I didn't really look. And then I made a couple mistakes in turn 2. And they passed me, so I knew what I had to do to win the championship, so I wasn't focusing on winning the race, I was more focusing on winning the championship. But then it all just fell our way in the turn 11, and then yeah, the gap was there going down the straight, and we had that little bit of power going down the straight this time, so it paid off.
Well, Stars champion, congrats to you, and have a good I guess off season. Well, you're back at PKS, so
yeah,
see you then.
Thank you.